ton of 4-stars available on the boosters, so that'll be okay. And they actually do take the Aegis away from crystals in the backline to the magic damage, so it's something, but not much. It was running out anyway.
Dude, Mad Frog, he's kind of dying to illusions. No, he's fine. The Medusa illusion almost crit him. He would have died to that, actually. These Rezo illusions. Jeez, that's a mouthful. His name's Resolution. Yeah, the resolutions are very powerful. Yeah.
If you want good resolution, then our sponsor is, of course, LG.
That's right, or Asus. Or Asus. Both of them. Great resolution on both. What is resolution playing on? What resolution is resolution playing on is also a question. There's a lot of question marks here.
We don't know the solution.
We don't. That's right.
Smoke up from the boosters. They're looking to play. They want to make some gameplay happen. Let's see. Leading with Pleb. Blank out from resolution though. He is going to be able to avoid them all here. And he knew immediately, like, this was such a good call as well from him, because every single other time you see the Medusa, just drop the wall, drop the punch, like, try and just cook her up. But this time, he's like, yeah, no, this isn't right. They're smoking. I need to get out. And makes the right call. Really good.
Yeah, Secret doesn't, they don't need to do anything crazy to win this one. So they're not feeling like Rezo needs to run in there and punch somebody or do some cutesy plays. If he's not near his team, like, at this point, Secret just fights together, and they're going to win.
A taste of
Stun out. Oh my god. 3 heroes gone in the blink of an eye. What even happened to them? The vacuum, the slant, everything just going perfectly there for Team Secret. I mean, that was so quick.
Yeah, that's the Dark Seer dream, right next to a high ground too. So even if there's no Earthshaker.
Beautiful spray, really encapsulated the moment there.
That is an uncanny spray. How beautiful. So oh my god. They have buybacks. 10 seconds on the subs though.
Yeah, I'll be here. Can we ask Secret to do this a bit slower so that we can... Oh, there we go. Thank you very much. They will be able to take down Evo with the vacuum into the punch. A little damage coming their way. That Medusa illusion just being a pain in the ass. I don't know what you do as Pleb here, because he's just making illusions for resolution to use better.
Yep. And they have the Scotty. They've got the Daedalus. Like, all of... I mean, this is just why Medusa against Darkseer feels so bad. Like, every item that she builds is... Oh my god, another illusion spawn. Yeah, every item that she builds is just great to make illusions of course, because she makes her own illusions with the Manta style. Although, I say that, and Pleb queues up the Rapier. So that is one thing that the Darkseer will not be able to replicate. That is raw damage that Pleb will have. Oh my god, the spray is still there. Get that off my screen right now. Thank you.
Talking about it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I like it. Observer likes it too. The boosters hanging around in the trees. They recognize their ability to defend towers is still very good, so they're going to try and do exactly that. This might be the last hurrah from them, though. If they die during this one, then it's going to be a sad old time. P1 going to get the vision down, give them that tree line advantage. Oh, yeah, we love it.
Damn, are they going to go for something here? Nope. Pleb is just standing in front.
And once again, the normal punch comes out, and now the parallel wall actually going to reveal the heroes in the backlines as well. Oh no, they've been rustled. They need to get themselves out, but they'll lose them. The Dark Wall is straight off the bat. Pleb going to have to turn around, but has no mana left, so needs to be careful about engaging onto this one. Resolution sees the opportunity, jumps in once again, punches him up. The mana is being given back to him by the Coddle, though. So Pleb will be tanky enough to survive through this one for now. Nice little chakra there.
Yeah, they just can't do anything against Rezo. The parallel wall is a huge problem. BKB does not help you in this case for Pleb because he's still getting an illusion that pierces through spell immunity. And Nisha is killing the supports without even being at the fight. Like, he's just killing them with ult and Nimbuses. Nimbai, rather.
Nimbai, like he... Realization. and dropping them in. I mean, it's just so much crap just being constantly thrown at this Medusa. It's so halfway through the game as another wall comes out. What is a cooldown on this thing? Seemingly non-existent as Medusa just taking herself out. And Chrysalis is going to come in to seal the deal. They bring down the Medusa. Snake Queen is dead. Long live the Monkey King as they now move on to the barracks as well. Doesn't seem to be much left in the tank here from the boosters. They've got 80 seconds on that Medusa, and they might be typing those golden G's at any given point now. A secret rack through their base.
Yeah, this. I honestly feel like late game Darkseer doesn't lose to anything.
No, it's a beast.
The four walls, like it's insane.
I mean, he's done a ridiculous amount of work on this hero, though. Like, I don't think I've seen a Darkseer been this impactful in a very long time. As they continue fighting, they continue skirmishing. Still 40 seconds of the Medusa as they kill them outside their base. Now they move on to the tier 4, so they want to take down that Ancient. They want to claim this victory. And their cold, dead hands.
Looking a lot more focused than this one, actually.
Yeah.
Like goofing around a lot more in the last one. They're still going. They called GG, but they still want to keep... they look more focused than the boosters.
They really did, yeah. They really did. But then the smiles come out. The game ends, and they'll crack some smiles, some laughs.
There we go. Yeah, now they can smile. But man, they were looking like clinical until the very end. They were taking that one pretty seriously.
They were indeed. They were indeed. Well, a secret, they get the 2-0 against the boosters, securing them another big win here in this group stage and bring them a step closer to getting into those playoffs and maybe even making it through straight to the semi-finals, which would be very nice indeed. Clean, strategic, you know, not really messing around in this game too, as you see, very serious from Secret here. They just wanted to make sure they got one win. I think that was because of the Medusa, right? Like, a game's never over when you've got a Medusa on your team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you've got the Darkseer, but still, it's like, if she gets to that Rapier, you know, there's always like an item that you can get on Medusa. I kind of feel like Gyrocopter is a little similar, just because like these are a couple of the only heroes in the game that still abuse Rapier. Back when Rapier gave True Strike as well, basically every carry could get one, and it felt good, and like you could just get that as like a Hail Mary to win the game. But with Medusa Gyro in particular, there's always potential to win the game.
And Jenkins, who's your MVP for this game?
The MVP for this game, that would be Resolution, who played phenomenally. I like that he has a matching watch to the Team Secret swag that he's got on. I don't know if they gave that to him, but that's a very nice attire that he's got on. As in the game, he also had some nice attire, absolutely stacked with bling in his inventory. 13, 2, and 21. Darkseer's not really a hero that typically gets kills, so this is just a testament to how much he overperformed in this game. He looked amazing.
Yeah. And out of those 21 assists he got as well, you know, I think about like 10 of those were him just going out alone, finding the pickoffs and just his Zeus from across the map being like, all right, thank you very much, drop a Nimbus, drop a Thunder Gods, and all good.
Yeah, his back walls this game were just insane. Like he really overperformed. And I know when we saw the Darkseer pick, we were like, oh, that's like into Ogre Medusa. Probably the laning's not going to go so hot, and it didn't. The first few levels, they were actually kind of getting owned up there, which I think is fairly typical for Darkseer. But it's like that hero's at a point where I think a lot of teams actually accept the fact that they're going to lose the early game or lose the early laning phase because the hero's just not good at that point. Like even to the degree where, remember when people were going bottle and they would literally just suicide and fill the bottle over and over again? Yeah, because like that's how bad it is in the early game. But pumping out the regen on Darkseer is super value. Once you get to level 5, level 6, like all of a sudden you've got 2 level 3 ion shells and you're just destroying like whoever enters into that lane against you. And then in the game, it looked amazing. Like that was a pick for the game that made the Medusa nullified.
Yeah, it was a beautiful pick. Whoever made that call, give him a raise or, you know, take him onto the team. But, well, I might have something to say about that. But all the same, a really awesome performance there from Resolution and due to a fantastic draft from them. To be so, I do think they made significant improvements from game number 1. You know, they didn't just let themselves get Timber Sword in the first phase and let it through the entire draft and then get wrecked by it in the game. That's always a good sign. I like seeing improvements, but yeah, still need a lot to improve on. I mean, if you were to give them like one piece of advice after this game, what would you say to them?
I mean, my advice would be play your game 1s like it's game 2, because like both series, they've in the game 1 they picked a bunch of stuff that seemed like a lot of good heroes, but it didn't really have that much synergy. And then game 2, they were like, all right, guys, like we lack this, like we couldn't play Dota. And I know that's such a common thing pros say, by the way, is like we couldn't play Dota this game. It sounds like really generic and like it just general, but it does feel like that. You don't really get to play the game. You just get ran over in the lanes. There's like one hero you can't kill. Like that's not a normal game of Dota. So this at least was a normal game of Dota, and it's like something to build upon. And imagine if game 1 looked like this, and then game 2 they can make other adjustments rather than just like, okay, let's not just get completely snowballed on here. Like maybe it's a more competitive game. Maybe they take one of these games out of at least these 2 series.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 would be pretty good for them considering the competition in this event, for sure. I mean, yeah, as I said, they are improving, but yeah, they need to smarten up here and there. And I think it's easy to say, well, don't let the timber saw through or like have a plan on how to deal with it. But of course, you're playing against so many teams and in quick succession as well. It's got to be really hard to come up with a plan and to be able to answer things that quickly. And for every different team that comes up as well, like it might not even occur to you that they might going to switch this timber to the mid lane. So very tricky. But we do have an interview now available for you guys, and we're going to be able to get to talk to Zayats. Zayats, how's it going? Congratulations on the win, of course.
Yeah, everything is fine. Thank you.
Good stuff. All right. So first question I want to ask, about this DeBoosters team. Do you see any potential in these guys? And out of the 5 of them, who do you think was playing the best?
I knew that 2 players, Lil Pleb and Malik, they are good at ranked matchmaking. Yeah. So I guess I can choose that 2 heroes, 2 players.
All right. So up next, you've got your series versus PSG LGD. How are you feeling about that one?
I'm just feeling confident and exciting about playing versus Chinese players. I mean teams. I think we're ready. We're ready to beat them hard.
Nice. I like that. Have you put in a lot of prep for them?
I know some guys in our team preparing something. I'm just a player.
You just play. You just click the buttons. How good is it playing with Resolution again?
Yeah. I'm really happy because we know our synergization is working. So I like to speak. I'm not good at English also, so we're speaking at Russian at lane. So it's become much easier to beat enemies at laning. So it's very comfortable for me.
Interesting. Jenkins?
Well, Zayats, I have 2 questions. First one is for your name. I saw you tweet at Sinderin that he got it right. Can you tell me, am I pronouncing it correctly? Zayats.
Yeah, it's correct.
That's right? Okay. Second question. I realize the irony in asking you this, but how did you prepare to play with a stand-in on the team compared to if you're playing with your normal 5-man roster?
Did I say it about English?
You played with Resolution. You played with a stand-in. How did you prepare?
We just played, 4 or 6 scrims. Everything is new. I don't know. We're just feeling free because we didn't take a It's very fast. So we're just playing. We're ready to play every hero. We are feeling free.
Feeling
good to hear.
Yeah, very interesting. All right, last question from me then. What is the vibe, or what is the attitude to this event compared to, for example, the majors which you've previously attended?
I really like that tournament because, to be honest, I didn't play 2 years at LAN, so I'm really tired to playing online. And I guess everyone on this tournament very happy to play a real tournament with big monies. So let's fight.
Let's fight. Love it, love it. All right, thank you so much for coming to talk to us, Zayats. Congratulations on your win. And we look forward to watching your game versus PSG LGD later. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good stuff. Happy man. And who can blame them? You know, they're feeling free. They're getting dubs. You know, they're playing for big monies. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, he was smiley. I like that. He was smiley. He's like, I don't know what the hell you just said, but I'm happy. That's always good to see. I love that he's playing with his bubby too. He gets to actually you know, figure out how to play the lane. Like that's actually really cool. The idea of like speaking Russian in the lane. I've had this theory that maybe like in Discord you should separate the different channels while you're laning to have better laning, and then when the mid game starts, like you play as a team. So that's kind of cool. That's like a little bit of that.
It is, yeah. Breaking down on the communication barriers, which, Zayat seems to be very much on board for. You know, it's much more comfortable for him. Freedom of communication. Very nice indeed. Well, guys, we'd love to stay here and talk to you all day, but of course we need a little bit of a break. We have Need Switch team taken care of, but we do have a break up, and we also got some highlights to show you guys in the meantime, so enjoy those, and we'll see you for our next series after this short break. Hello and welcome back to the B stream. That's right, we're here in the back alleys of this Dota tournament, but we're having some fun with it. We're enjoying it. We got some great games coming up on the cards right now. We got TSM versus NIGMA GALAXY. My goodness, what a series this is going to be. But of course, none of this would be possible without our excellent sponsors who are making this event happen with this massive, massive prize pool. So shout out to them, Dr. Suleiman Al Habib, and of course STC as well, for supplying the money and the funds to make this thing happen. I mean, $5 million for the teams, all for the teams. Like, it's so much money, and you can see in the interviews and stuff, you know, and even in the gameplay, right? Like, this is real money. These teams are playing to win. And there is no like holding back at all here. Everyone wants a piece of the pie, and everyone's going to get a piece at the very least. 100,000 for each team as a starting bid is pretty damn nice.
That's right. We got all these big name sponsors. We got the big boys. You know, none of these little small sponsors. All these giant S tier companies. So that's why we get the losers of the tournament get $100,000, but these are probably not looking like any losers on your screen right here. These guys are absolutely looking in their TI form. NIGMA Galaxy, completely killing it. I think the question of, is this just a tier 2 Div 2 team slaughterer? Is this just the slaughterhouse of the Div 2 teams? No, this is the slaughterhouse of all Dota 2 teams. NIGMA's looking amazing.
Yeah, but what's interesting about this team is that they're going to have all of their matches done today. So they will be the first team to have completely finished the group stage, as they have to play against TSM now and then OG afterwards. And the fact is, they've gone 1-on-1 against RNG and they've gone 1-on-1 against Liquid as well. So that just kind of proves to you how tight everything is over in this group. You know, no one's really getting their head above the water just yet. This series could be a huge marker in who's actually going to be able to pull ahead in this one.
Yes, definitely. As I'm putting myself into the lobby once again, delaying the players from being able to play. Speaking of players, TSM, our boys in blue from America, repping the NA region. They are in black. That's right. Yeah, we actually have Americans versus Americans, kind of. We got Sumail on one side. NA representation. Then on the other side, it's all in North America. So this is a North American toilet bowl, if you will, battle to the death.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you got Moon Meander and Bryle, who are both Canadian. I suppose I can accept that, but then
come on, let me cope here. Let me cope.
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, you should be happy. This is one of the first times we've seen more Canadian players in an event than US players, right?
Let's count. Bryle, Moon. Do we have any other Canadians?
Nope.
Let's see. No. And Americans, we have Sumail Snaking. So it's equal.
I guess, yeah.
Are they not counting it? Oh, come on. Are they not counting him as American?
I mean, Liquipedia isn't, but, you know, who am I to argue with those? We know they're the real gods of Dota, right? When they decided to, you know, put their foot down and stop broadcasting the DPC results, everyone lost their minds. We suddenly realized that these were the guys pulling the strings the entire time.
That's true. So, they really do.
I respect them.
Yeah.
I respect them. But,
please, Liquipedia, don't take us off.
We're sorry.
We'd like to keep casting.
We love you. All right, let's get into the draft. We have this series. I mean, first I want to talk about what it actually means here. So TSM are the only team in this group to have a 2-0 so far. They managed to 2-0, I believe, Liquid yesterday. So they're in a pretty good spot. You know, they'd be happy with a 1-1 here, but I'm sure they're looking for the 2-0. NIGMA Galaxy, meanwhile, they are 1-1 across the board so far. And they do have to play their final series of the group stage today. And it's not a super comfy position to be in, honestly, going 1-1. It really isn't.
No, it's not. I mean, this is the group that, let's face it, does not have
stretching.
Does not. That he's helping him out there. That's great teamwork already. Synergy.
Latriceps.
Yeah. Sumail knows a lot about
muscle, right?
I think so.
Good.
I don't remember what the question was that you asked, but who cares? The first team in this group automatically gets through to the semifinals. So I believe that means they're guaranteed 3rd through 4th, right? Let's see. Yeah, third through 4th. There's 4 teams in the semifinals. So that's $425,000. So even though TSM being the only team to get a 2-0, they're feeling pretty comfortable that they will make it through the group stage. This still matters a lot. Like, every single game matters a lot in this tournament.
Winning this series could potentially, down the line, secure them $500,000. Cool.
Yeah.
In this best of 2.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And we have the
guacamole.
We have the 2 OP heroes. Speaking of whack-a-mole, Dawnbreaker with her big hammer, she will be making an appearance, and so will Marcy. I know in NA the thought process currently is that Marcy is the absolute beast of Dota, and there's no hero more OP. But Dawnbreaker is counterable. That's kind of where people seem to be headed in the NA region. NIGMA seem to disagree, and they think Marcy is worth letting through over the Tiny and the Puck, which I can understand. Tiny's been like super up in relevance in the last few days.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the big China influences, though. This is something which China have been doing for like half the season, pretty much. They suddenly decided, actually, Tiny's good again. We're going to play him 4, and it looked brutal. Like every single game, he was just owning. So
I have a theory about that, by the way. I want to hear your thoughts towards this theory, if it's stupid or not. I think that a lot of regions were not playing the laning stage on Tiny right. Remember, everybody was going just boots, like 2 clarities or boots tango, and just like looking for tossbacks and stuff. And South America always would do things like sometimes leveling stun first on Tiny, sometimes even leveling tree grab, and instead of going boots, just going a bunch of regen and like playing to deny and playing to like slowly win the lane rather than going for these like epic kill plays. Because I feel like if you run around with boots, you're just out of mana constantly, and you have no regen, and you're just useless. And so my theory is that teams figured out how to play this hero in the laning stage as a 4 position, making it more versatile, meaning you can first phase pick it. And now here we are, where Tiny is first phase, first pick, ban every game, because certain regions didn't understand how to play this hero in the laning phase, but now people are actually playing it right.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's the exact same way they've been playing it in China. They've been getting the tree grab. They've just been kind of fighting and denying. So, yeah, no, it was spot on. You've buttered the crumpet correctly there, sir.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool to hear. Because in NA, it's more like SA influence, I would say, for like, man, these guys keep picking Tiny and they're owning with it, and we just do not value Tiny as a 4 at all. Like, what are they doing that we're not? Because it's not the mid to late game. I think the mid to late game on Tiny is about the same as it was previously with the tossbacks and, blink tossbacks. Like, that's always been good, right? But it's getting there that's the problem. A hero that I also feel like is very powerful in the mid to late game and has struggled in a lot of patches is Zeus. Especially like when you play it as a support. I think this is a big reason this is a first phase hero as a mid. It's basically the same old hero with an escape. And now as a support, you actually have a way of not being totally useless in the laning stage, much like that Tiny. Instead of figuring out a way to play in the laning stage, Valve gave us a way in that Heavenly Jump.
Valve looked kindly upon young Zeus. It's actually very old. And definitely gave them a huge buff. And I even like the fact that the static field is now a shard. Like, yeah, we see it almost every game. But also, like, you can choose when to get it. You can choose when to prioritize it. It's really strong when you do get it. But, like, obviously, the later into the game, the more value it is. And if you're playing against lots of strength heroes, you can prioritize it. But you can also go for different items and go for a more impactful build if you want to. And move in different ways. And I always like that option to be able to do that on any hero.
Yeah, choices are good because there's just so many permutations of things that can happen in Dota where heroes are only first phase if like you can react to anything the enemy team is doing, and putting it on a shard gives you that choice. Like, I think you always go for it. It's like always at some point, and mostly at 15 minutes you go for it. But you can do other stuff. Like you could finish a 4-staff, for example. You could finish a Boots of Travel if you're playing a mid Zeus instead of and it gives you points as well to like use in the Heavenly Jump, which is really nice. I think also that's a thing people are doing on the mid Zeus that people didn't really understand at first, which is maxing Heavenly Jump and Arc Lightning and going 0 points in the nuke, because you don't really have mana to spam Arc Lightning and then use the nuke anyway. And it's just more damage. Like Arc Lightning has a 1.5 second cooldown. Why do you need more damage? I guess it's just the dewarding component that's decent from the Zeus W. But really, it's like having Heavenly Jump on a lower cooldown is super valuable. It means you're just impossible to kill.
Yeah, but here's someone that might be cut out for the job. I'll grab the next assassin on NIGMA Galaxy as the answer to this Zeus. Do you rate it though?
I think Nyx is underrated as a hero. It also means that the TSM could not pick the Nyx themselves, which is like the big counter to the Dawnbreaker, because you just press Carapace when she's ulting and she feels very sad. Yeah. It's, you cannot Carapace. I think you used to be able to Carapace right at the end of Marcy stun, which was really funny, and they buffed her for some reason, and for whatever reason, right before she was added to Captain's mode. You can't do that anymore. Enchantress Night Stalker. Okay.
But yeah, just another little thing about the Dawnbreaker as well. Nyx Assassin is obviously a good counter to Dawnbreaker. Wyvern is too. So who needs to ban heroes when you can just pick them for yourself?
That's true. Yeah, those are blocking heroes for sure. I also feel like Dawn is pretty decent. I mean, she's decently paired with anything. She's OP, but she's decent with both of them, because like Nyx can find somebody in jungle and Dawn can ult in, and then Wyvern can set up a Winter's Curse and Dawn could hit a big ult, or even a big Starbreaker off of the Winter's Curse. We've seen more often than not that's a decent combo. You time it so that like the stun and the damage comes out right at the end of the Winter's Curse. And
okay, all right. This was the final hero in the Dawnbreaker counter. So when it comes to heroes with high win rates versus Dawnbreaker, it very literally goes Monkey King, Nyx Assassin, Wyvern in that order, top 3. NIGMA Galaxy have taken them all. So I don't know how much of that is intentional, but they have somehow protected this Dawnbreaker pick with picks of their own. But we should talk about this Enchantress Night Stalker a little bit from TSM FTX, because this is just super comfort zone for them. Dubu Enchantress, it's famous. The Night Stalker being played by Saberlight, again, super comfortable, which is ironic considering his name, but there we go.
Yeah, that's like his best guy, other than Enigma at the major.
Yeah,
which is completely ignored. The hero got pretty damn nerfed, and BKB did too. So I think Enigma has just fallen off in general as a result of like, you don't need the black hole to counter the BKB, because BKB just sucks. Like, people still go for it, but it sucks a lot more than it did. So the other guy that Saberlight likes to play is this Night Stalker. Like, he's incredibly good at it. It does look like it's going to be a. I'm not sure what the lanes are from TSM. Like, I don't want to pin. Oh, it's going to be Marcy Night Stalker, because they could very easily do like a mid Marcy or a carry Marcy. Even I'm thinking of like Nouns in the NA region ran a carry Enchantress at a point, and I know that TSM.
Oh, I remember that.
TSM has like respect for the ideas within the region. They've expressed that before, so it's very possible. I mean, it's unlikely, but it's very possible that we're going to see some interesting lanes.
Like, I like it, but at the same time, is it a tomato hero?
Probably not.
Probably not.
But Marcy might be. I would say it's.
Yeah, Marcy could.
It'd be more like Bryle being Marcy. It could be the possibility here, and then like Zeus Night Stalker off lane, and then the last pick here is going to be like Tomato's hero.
Yeah,
I mean, either way,
I still think it's most likely
hero.
Marcy 4, honestly, and they'll last pick the carry, but we'll see. They definitely have options. You know, it's still nice and flexible. NIGMA Galaxy, meanwhile, I think they're a little bit more on the rails, although you could always change up the Monkey King and the Dawnbreaker, but I think they want to keep it. You know, these are their side lanes right here.
Yeah.
Monkey 1, Dawn
Miracle
3.
Monkey King. It's going to do very well against the Night Stalker in lane, which
yeah,
maybe what you do if you're TSM is you put Dubu on the Enchantress and the Monkey King lane and just run at him with creeps, so that way Saberlight can actually get some farm. And then the 4 position goes to the safe lane, where the lane is going to be easier because it's going to be a Nyx Assassin as the 4, and Nyx is kind of a weak laner. So you can just throw your easy, like, crappy heroes against that and put the strong laner against the Monkey King, which would otherwise be like a losing lane. Let's see. Final pick.
TSM, FTX.
So this is going to be Tomato hero that is presumably winning the matchup against Monkey King and good against Dawn, Nyx, and lane. So like a melee Punisher. Monkey obviously is picked. TA. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
He'll free farm. He'll free farm in the lane with this hero. It can burst Monkey King, but it can also go the other way, where Monkey King gets the ult and the Wukong soldiers just like instantly kill the TA refraction. So if she can get stunned, it's definitely not a completely free TA game, but it's a free lane for him, which is nice.
Yeah. I think this actually puts a lot of pressure on the Marcy, you know? Like, typically, when you're playing these kind of things, you want to get some kind of save. Marcy is like, she is a saving hero. She has got Dispose, which is very good displacement. It can be tricky to get that off, though, you know? Being that close to a fight without dying on a support hero can be very, very hard. And someone just watched Resolution and said, give me some of that peanut butter. That's right. It's mind control on his Darkseer. This has been a while, but I'm excited.
That's an amazing Darkseer pick. I mean, you have the Nyx Assassin Darkseer, which I honestly feel like is the strongest Darkseer combo, just because Nyx has such great chain disable. It's also a hero that really benefits from running around with the Ion Shell after the laning stage. Like, he can go get solo kills with the Ion Shell. He has really great base stats, which means that you can throw a shell on him and he can tank waves and stuff. This Darkseer completely counters the TA. Like, it's going to be so difficult. I think, by the way, probably it's going to be Marcy TA. I just feel like that's a better lane than Zeus TA. Maybe the Darkseer changes that a little bit. It's a little weird. Enchantress TA. Maybe the Enchantress you want to put against the Darkseer so you can take off the Ion Shell from one of the units. So this does throw a wrench in the potential laning from TSM. But it's a great Darkseer game. And then you have the Darkseer Monkey King too, which outside of the laning stage is this is a really great way to superpower a monkey to just get all Jingu hits with the Surge. Very good last pick.
Yeah, I think this puts a lot of pressure on Saberlight to really overperform in this game, because he can possibly control up the game. He can possibly, make the plays, shut down this Darkseer and control up the fights, but it's a big, big ask, especially with the Monkey King as well. You get that Wukong's command, suddenly you can't have that freedom of movement you want as this Night Stalker, which is so important to keep that silence going. So, yeah, a lot of pressure on Saberlight, and I honestly think I really like NIGMA Galaxy's draft in this game one. I think they've got the edge, really do.
So do I. I'm on the same page. I think the Darkseer was such a nice last pick. It is a Sumail Dawnbreaker because of this. Yeah, and I guess the question is, how does this hero do against Zeus mid? Probably okay. I mean, I think Dawn is just an OP laner in general. You just push the wave, but we'll see. Zeus could also just dumpster because it's a melee hero against him. Oh, free D ward. All right, good start for NIGMA Galaxy.
Yeah, well, now I'm definitely saying they're going to blimey.
Yeah, this is an easy W here. Saberlight started boots on Night Stalker
30 seconds
against Monkey King. This is his solution. I mean, you have 5.3 base regen, so that's with Tower Aura, but 4.3 base regen, one of the highest base regens in the entire game, and really good base stats as well. So you don't really feel like you need a quelling, you don't need armor items, you don't need stat items, you don't need regen. Like, the boots are totally acceptable on the Night Stalker.
So it's one hero where you can get away with it on.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the few.
The battle begins.
A little bit of threatening over the rune here. Both teams kind of looking at each other. But bounties are going to go NIGMA Galaxy's way. They're now going to get 3 bounty runes as well. It's all coming up NIGMA at the moment.
And Moon actually went boots of speed as well on the Marcy. Huh. And he's heading top. So they're trying to start tri-lane here, which we've seen a lot from Marcy's. They are fighting into 3 bounties, as you were saying. So there's going to be some early regen coming out in the lanes for NIGMA Galaxy. Let's see if they expect this.
Where are you going?
Yeah, a little bit of early fighting coming out as well in the top lane as Kuroki taking a ton of damage here. Actually, they've got the rebound as well. Dubu and Moon Meander might just draw first blood here. Whoa, we'll finish the job. Finish the job. There we go. Dubu gets it done. And that's going to be first blood coming out for TSM FTX.
Yeah, this is a good lane to get a solid start in. And Saberlight, he's just going to cut the wave. Miracle, the lane's in a little bit of a weird position to try to drag the creeps to this creep wave. So Saberlight will be successful in this. He takes a lot of damage for it. And he's going to buy a salve immediately. Oh, what a stun!
Oh my god!
What?
That was beautiful. Oh my god. All right, Koki's back with style.
Yeah, that's not something you would expect to see at 2 minutes or at a minute into the game. As Saberlight doesn't end up going down as he's wave cutting here.
Jesus, another kill coming down. I mean, I said in the intro this was a backstreet, but yeah, this is a backstreet brawl going on right now. The ballroom blitz.
Yeah, this is a brawl. I mean, the tri-lane has disintegrated after that beautiful vacuum into Ravage. So maybe we'll see a little bit less brawling for the next couple of minutes and just more normal laning.
Nah, let's fight some more.
I mean, I'm down for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for it.
So far, so good in the middle lane for Samael. He starts off with a slight advantage, a gentle advantage.
How's it feel?
It doesn't even have a stick. He's still doing very well here. Just rush the bottle. Man, this bot lane, it's such a pain to be Saberlight in this lane. I mean, 2 melee heroes versus a Monkey King and a Wyvern. Like, Wyvern also punishes melee. Big creep wave, though. I mean, he got tossed back into it. That's good harass.
Fighting up with Moon Meander down here. Oh, they're not going to have enough in the jar to finish the job here, though. Yeah,
that's a
nothing
massive
creep
wave.
Can't die for him before this gets under your tower. That would be detrimental to the game.
Yeah, for sure. Just so much damage, too, if the tossback happens. And Miracle, no points in Jingu, opting for the Primal Spring to go for that kill behind the tower. Which did work out, so I'm sure he's fine with it. Now he has a point.
Yeah, it was a little bit sad when they were brawling that he didn't have it, but then again, level 1 Jingu's always a little bit overrated in my opinion.
Yeah, 25% lifesteal is just not that much.
It's so funny though when you see the monkeys like trying to fight level 1 and they're like, haha, I've got my Jingu off, and then they're just like, oh wait.
Yeah, it's not really that much.
Tubu.
Oh, the clap.
Betrayed! She's supposed to be one with nature, but that Hellbear Smasher woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, that was brutal, man. And Vacuum, 100 damage at level 1 now, up from 40. Damn. So, actually a very good nuke for 60 mana, 100 damage. Unfortunately, it has a 60-second cooldown as well, though.
Oh, well, you know, can't have everything.
This is good space from Kuro. This is really good space from Kuro.
It really is, yeah. He is the mayor of Value Town at the moment. He's going to have a stun in 1 second, but that's not going to matter as Tomato's going to take him out. And TP right the way back up. Meanwhile, Saberlight down in the bottom lane in a bit of trouble, but the movement speed bonus from Moon Meander going to get him out of there. Safe and sound.
Yeah, this is Struggle City for Saberlight. 12 last hits, 13 now, under tower. Mind control, getting some freeform top because of the chase that happens onto Kuro there. So he's pretty happy. Just runs mid and mana drains. That's so annoying. I hate when Nyx Assassins do this. It's so powerful against Zeus, though.
Yeah. It's a big old truck of damage.
Saberlight's just going to wave cut. Yeah, there's no way to play this lane normally. He has to drag it back like this as well, because otherwise the easy camp connect will happen.
Yes, yeah, right.
Oh, it gets a courier.
Okay, all right.
All right. It's nighttime. Dude, GH has got to be a little careful here.
He does indeedy, but does unfortunately have the movement advantage for the time being. Of course, later on in the game that will not be the case, but for now, GH can get himself away safe and sound.
Saberlight doubles up the wave. That's the dream. Ooh, Sumail with the rotation.
Oh, no. That is a huge rotation in from Sumail. He's going to get himself a double kill with it as well. The King arrives in the top lane, and, well, TSM get obliterated.
I don't think I've ever seen Vacuum be this useful this early into the game. Like, this is not the point in the game you'd expect Vacuum to be owning. But it's like, these vacuums into impales and vacuums into Sumail spells. That was like a 2-man hammer, a 2-man Starbreaker.
Very, very nice. And yeah, even Dubu coming mid just to get the refill bottle for Mr. Zeus, but Sumail, he's going to get it as well, the 50-50 on the runes. He's got another haste rune. I wonder if he's going to make anything happen with that. He thinks he might.
That is the best rune to get with a hero like Dawnbreaker. It's really sad when you see the enemy mid take the 50-50 and they're like a Void or an Ember, they get a haste. It's like, oh no. You know that's just a double kill in a side lane at some point.
Yeah. Miracle, maybe in some trouble down at bottom. Let's see what they can do here. Actually backing away, even though Dubu and Mumiad are coming in, and there come the Thunder Gods, finishing off Miracle in the bottom lane. Maybe like just making sure he didn't get that Jingo off to make sure that he would die to the Thunder Gods. Another look at GH as well. Mumianda, he's in. He's got the damage, and GH will fall. No ulti available on him. Meanwhile, in the jungle.
We've seen this a couple of times, by the way. Like teams not respecting the Thunder God's Wrath. I think people are not used to playing against Zeus as a mid laner for like a long time. And so this super early ult comes out. Like Miracle thought he was taking a good trade and he could eventually get the Jingu, but the Zeus ult comes out and it's just that extra damage that he ends up going down.
Another jump in the bottom lane. I mean, Dubu has not left here yet, but they're going to use it to disengage instead. And actually, Mumiander might be going down. Despite 3 heroes being here, the combo of the Wyvern and the Monkey is just too damn strong. And actually, they're looking for more. They might go for Dubu as well. In fact, they very much will. Can they stop this from happening? Can Saberlight do anything other than just watch? Well, you can throw in a Void, and apparently that will be enough. Alrighty, tidy. Now, Bryle's coming in for this one as well. They want to get Miracle again. If he dies for a second time, this will be awful, but the heals come through thick and fast for NIGMA. And now Samael joining the fight, but sees the rotations coming in and decides against it. A little bit too aggressive there, so will back himself off.
Oh, Miracle.
Saberlight takes a step too close, and they re-engage on NIGMA Galaxy, and now Moonmeander will also fall. Oh man, that was a great little fake out there from NIGMA Galaxy. Grabbed themselves a couple of kills, and now they're looking for more. They're not going to be able to find Bryle at least. He's got that heavenly jump to get himself away. Miracle back to the trees, but Dubu just too damn healthy.
This entire time, too, Mind Control is just farming top. Nigma's getting the good trades in the fights, and then also you have a Darkseer farming, and sure, so is a TA, but I mean, Darkseer versus TA, like, you enjoy this matchup as Darkseer, so
yeah,
the farm elsewhere is going in Nigma's favor. Look how farmed Mind Control is.
Look at Kuro as well. He is just annoying Bryle so much. It's going to put a restraining order on the guy.
He's just running around with boots windlace, 375 move speed, being such a pain.
Really just wants to be his friend. Saying, hey bud, how's it going? Far in the jungle, mind if I do it with you? Want some company? But,
Very annoying.
Yeah. The constant brawling in this bottom lane really doesn't stop.
Bryle TP down here. They're trying to commit to this.
Yeah, Saberlight taking some damage. Bryle coming in. They need to finish him fast, and they will. Miracle will fall. Samael unable to do anything about that one.
I like that Bryle in this game, by the way, opted to go for an early pointed lightning bolts, even though people are not really doing this lately. Against Dawnbreaker, interrupting the Starbreaker, it's just too important to not get that. Even though you don't really have the mana for it, it's like you're going to use it in these fights.
Is under attack. Radiant structures.
Oh, Dubu. He's down here. Enchantress early game pushing is so strong, especially because people are opting to max out Enchant now.
Yeah. Creeps wants to finish the job, but Miracle's going to come in and try and get the kill onto Saberlight, and actually is going to be able to do exactly that. With a little bit of help with the Guardian, and now all of a sudden in the top lane they're going as well. Their TA under the tier 2 tower is going to get killed off by that gruesome twosome of Kuro and of Mind Control.
And Darkseer just destroys TA as a hero. He honestly wants to be probably farming in Triangle right now, but there's all of this like weird action going on bot. It feels a little strange to have your entire team down there, so I can see why he wants to farm up top on TA, but farming against a Darkseer, like when somebody rotates, it's just a kill.
Yeah, I mean, usually it's the offlaner's job to come in and take that rubbish lane, but Saberlight's going to do even worse versus a nice Darkseer as they make the engagement in the bottom lane. And talking about Saberlight, he is gone once again. I mean, the network's not looking too bad, but the game is just feeling awful for TSM. It doesn't feel like they can play at the moment.
Yeah, 1-4. I mean, Saberlight is... He really is a problem for TSM right now. Like, his Enchantress almost as much net worth as him, you know? You're an item behind on one core. This is massively impactful, especially on a hero that is supposed to be the one that's being active right now. Like, what other hero can go in there and be active? You know, it's like it's not Zeus. Like Marcy, it's like Marcy and him. And Dubu is like a creep, you know, at this point. Like literally, he just throws his creep in, and that's like the most important element of him. Like they'd ideally be running around Night Stalker, Enchantress, Marcy, but the lane just went so badly for them that Saberlight has to recover now.
Yeah. It is mode recovery for TSM, but NIGMA Galaxy have under absolutely no ideas about what they want to do, and they want to stop that from happening. But in the top lane, Kuro might have bitten off more than he can chew. Spike Carap is going to buy him a bit of time, but Bryle's going to be able to seal the deal with that Thunder God's Wrath once again.
Yeah, this feels like a better like map positioning for them. This way, Tomato can go farm up his items in the triangle too. Like once he gets a BKB on TA, which he is rushing after the Deso, by the way. No Dragonlance, no Blink, just BKB. Once he has that, then the Dark Seer is not so much of an issue. But until then, he is just begging to feed.
Yeah. It's a tough old game for them. They just need to try and wait it out and see if NIGMA can make some mistakes they can capitalize upon. If not, then hit some timings and try and make a play around it. But the timings from NIGMA are going to be so much scarier. This Desolator on the Dawnbreak. I mean, when Sumail gets there, we're going to see some heroes just simply evaporate.
Yeah, that does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. I feel like she can full to zero like any... It feels like any hero of the game, but supports especially.
Yeah. If Refraction is down, then definitely the TA is going to drop. And this smoke is going to find a big target here. They managed to get on top of the TA, and that is Tomato gone, eliminated from the game in the backlines as well. They're going to use Winter's Curse to hold down the Enchantress and get themselves another +1 for this kill. Doobie to full.
Okay, I mean, this gives NIGMA the triangle invade too, so they can farm up the whole triangle, get some wards down, you know, sentry block the camps potentially, and also gives them access to the mid tower, which will let them enter into the triangle again whenever they feel like it.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Brow doesn't want to step up too close.
Can TSM take a fight?
You know, they've Deso and TA, so if they can get the jump first with, like, Marcy and Nightstalker Vision, they're going to need to wait for nighttime. I don't think just running in with Dark Ascension is going to be enough right now because of the deficit that they're at. So probably in a minute, when it hits nighttime, they can take some sort of kill with the Desolator. Like, the ideal timing is the BKB, but I don't know if you want to delay the game and farm, like, a small amount of the map until the BKB comes out on Tomato. It might be a little too long. So I think nighttime is the go time for TSM.
I'll have to wait a little bit longer for that and see if they can get any more big timings in that space. But space which NIGMA are not really willing to give them. That said, though, they have taken their foot off the gas just for a little bit.
Yep, some farming action going on. Just delaying.
Really close to being finished for Sumail, that's what it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's probably some item that they're waiting for. Deso's pretty big. 15 minutes, too. Dawnbreaker Shard. That'll be pretty impactful. He's 1,000 gold for it, but this hero becomes way more powerful when you get that Shard.
Yeah, I'm imagining they want to make something happen now, though. They're going to have the Deso just delivered now on the Dawnbreaker. You've got an Arcane Rune bottled as well, so go make some plays and Solid Guardian in. That's going to be the name of the game. That's exactly what Kuroki's looking to do here as he sits over that room. But they move across, they find the Monkey King. Well, they found them. Saberlights made the jump, but now regretting it instantly and trying to get away. Look at Dubu just getting 3-shot by Sumail, tearing through that little deer. Now, Saberlight, he's in the tree line, so not going to be caught out here. But still, a lot of ground gained by the side of NIGMA here, for sure.
Tomato, man, you got to be careful, dude.
Yeah, the hammer misses, fortunately for him, but great stun in from Kuro there, absolutely fantastic. It's not going to result in the kill, though, unfortunately. Tomato is going to back himself away, thankfully for him.
I gotta say, a hasted, surged Iron Shell Dawnbreaker running at you with a Deso is a little scary. Yes. Not a hero you'd think, like, oh, what a great Darkseer combo, but it makes sense.
It certainly does. And Miracle here going for the inhibit into the Wukong's command, and that is going to put another end to Tomato's life. Oh, dear me, it is not looking good for Mr. Tomato this game, and considering his performances previously, this is a big deal. He's being shut down so bad. 1 and 5 is his KD at the moment.
Yeah, and he's so desperately in need of the BKB, but he's not really close. He needs 2,500 gold. It's going to be hard to... like, by the time he gets 2,500 gold, it'll be like a 10k gold lead for NIGMA. And then the BKB might not even matter.
Well, I found Kuro at the very least, but that's by Carapace, because Sumail just charging into 4 heroes. Well, who are you looking for, by the way? Kuro does eventually die to it, though, so... It is a small victory for TSM, and they're going to look for more. They're going to try and turn it into a big victory. Mind Control would definitely be that, but he's going to turn around with a vacuum wall coming out. But Spo's going to throw him backwards here. Mano trying to get up that damage, but he's scared. All of the illusions are on top of him, just burning through his refraction, and it's moving Meander to fall instead. And now Smail just jumping back a few centimeters, getting in a slightly better position as Tomato gets beaten down by Miracle on the sidelines. A swing, a hit onto the Enchantress, but Smail can't follow up thanks to that untouchable. But nevertheless, another big win for NIGMA GALAXY. They're just running over this game at the moment.
Tomato's dead again. He's showing up because he has the Deso, and he's feeling the same thing that we are while spectating, which is if he tries to farm the BKB, probably by the time he gets it, they just lose anyway. So he's showing up, but he's getting caught in these fights, and you get caught against a Monkey King, against a Darkseer. They've got plenty of ways of tearing through the refraction. Miracle's looking for Saberlight.
Saberlight, don't do it. Send your mental energy to him, say not go for this creep wave, but he has ignored our warnings, and he is now being beaten the hell up by this Monkey King, who is just killing whoever and whatever he wants. Miracle on a mega kill streak now on this Monkey King, and he's not even the richest hero in his team. In fact, he's the poorest core, and he's on a mega kill streak as a carry. What is happening?
He's 8-2. 8-2-4, and he's the poorest core on his team because Mind Control has just been absolutely free farming top. He's been taking every jungle camp that he wants. Sumail's been at every fight. He's 7-0-5. He's been getting a lot of that kill bounty, and Sumail opting not to go for the BKB instead for that blink dagger. So he wants to. His positioning matters a lot.
Dude, just getting absolutely dunked on as well. It's not a good Enchantress game, to be fair. You've got the Boundless Strike. You've got that hammer as well.
Yeah, there's solutions.
Oh, yeah.
Playing Ench and Wind Ranger versus Dawnbreaker feels really bad because usually you're really good against these physical damage heroes. But Dawnbreaker, the Starbreaker, it's a spell, but it's based on your right click, so it goes entirely through.
Oh no, sweet little Tomato. He's going to get squashed and boiled up into a bolognese.
This is a shellacking. I was not expecting this to be like this at all. I thought Nigma looked TI for him for sure. They looked great, but this is second.
Do you have a license to hand out shellackings?
I'm on the council. I'm not a high-ranking member, but I'm on the council.
No, just making sure.
Of course, there are two of us, so still not high-ranking though.
No one's high-ranking in that council.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's as low as it goes. If you're on the council, you're a true degenerate. Sumail, by the way, has another arcane rune. This guy, I feel like, has had every single rune this game, and they've all been incredibly impactful. Haste runes, arcane runes, like using multiple rounds of spells with the arcane runes.
Yeah. Efficient, to the point, strategic.
And there's another one. Excellent. He's got a double damage on Sumail, as if he wasn't doing enough damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and relax here.
Do you reckon he can kill Dubu in 2 swings of the hammer this time, then?
Maybe 1.
Windscar's going to come out, and in comes Mummy from the heavens, throwing a vacuum as well. I'd say that was 2.
It was 2. Yeah, you were right. It's 2. He's godlike now. He didn't even use the double damage, by the way, Nomad. He didn't even use... It was a waste for him.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Yep. So he would have one-shot him.
All right, yeah, that's the logic, right?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Stay away. And now, well, they've actually found the Monkey King with 3 heroes here. Can they bring him down in time? I think they can. That's going to be life number 1. Keep in mind, he doesn't have a BKB, but at the same time, he does have backup coming in thick and fast. TSM, they know that. They respect this team, and they'll back themselves away.
Yeah, that's a good back. All right. Saberlight, he's playing it pretty ballsy here, and quick fingers. It worked out.
Yeah, bit of deforestation. Always good at ruining monkeys' habitats.
That's right. That's right. Monkeys are pests, let me tell you. They hunt them in some countries.
Don't agree with that, but...
Because they do eat crops. They're the squirrels of wherever monkeys are, Australia or whatever.
I don't think that's accurate. Tomato inside the circle of death once again. I think he knows each of these soldiers by name at this point. Every time he's Wukong command, he's like,
that's true.
Dave, Steve, how's it going?
Good to see you, Lieutenant, Corporal. Yep, there you are. Oh, I'll be dying now. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. It's just boot camp for him, except he keeps failing and having to go back.
Yeah, he can't get out. And now onto the high ground we go. NIGMA, they are actually just going to get the GG out straight away. They barely take 2 steps on the high ground and the GGs are called. And that's going to be it for game number 1. What an absolute beatdown. TSM barely took a breath this game.
Wow. They're going to need a speech from Moon Meander after that one. I can tell you that much. There's going to need to be some speech action because that was a shellacking. That was Gaben level. Maybe on the maybe Gaben's mustache level shellacking. Not enough kills for the top hat to be rewarded there, but yeah, you can tell they just. I think I saw Sumail mouth. Oh, that was a Gaben's mustache. Because of course, very famous shellacking tier list, and yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They do, yeah, they do. It's really important actually for them, but what a beatdown, dude. I mean, 2 players on NIGMA, no deaths. Sumail 9-0 and 9. Mind Control 3-0 and 13.
Yeah. I mean, what more can you say? You know, an absolute beatdown from NIGMA, looking crispy, looking clean. How much did this lane switch really benefit then, coming out of the draft then, to move Sumail to the mid lane on that Dawnbreaker and allow them to pick up this Darkseer?
It was a great call. It was an amazing call. The Darkseer obviously was highly effective against the TA. Like, TA died so many times in the early game to Darkseer, which then led to, you know, the Monkey King killing the TA, which looked pretty good, but that doesn't happen if the TA has net worth, right? That's the Darkseer that did that. And Sumail, like, they knew that he would do fine versus the Zeus mid, and that's just a good call because it's not a super common matchup. But it worked out. He was also huge, so it wasn't like it negatively impacted Sumail either. You know, it was fine for both of them, and then Mind Control got a perfect lane.
Yeah, it was brutal, and then they just had they couldn't play the side lanes at all. Like, there's nowhere for Saberlight to play, there's nowhere for Tomato to play, and they were all just looking at Zeus going, all right, Bryle, you know, you got to pull it out the bag, but Zeus, whilst he is very strong, he's not really the hero which can go around the map, making plays, you know, invading the side lanes and trying to open up the map for them, and I think that really hurt them this game.
Yeah, Zeus and TA kind of fulfill that same archetype where, like, yeah, you'll casually show up to a fight and kind of poke and like farm your way there, but you're never really the hero that's like starting the fights. Enchantress is like a good +1, like maybe she can run in first, give you vision, like she's utility and tower push. But really, it's the Marcy and the Night Stalker that are supposed to be running around and doing stuff. And there were glimpses of that. It did happen, like especially with Moon on Marcy. But Saberlight's lane was just too bad. Like it was too tough for him. And I think that's something that they'll work out in the draft next time.
Yeah, well, indeed. Next time it will have to be as TSM take their first loss here. But hopefully they can turn things around in game number 2 and produce a somewhat more competitive game, because that one was quite frankly disturbing to watch. But we are going to, unfortunately, we're going to have to expose you to the highlights of this game. So, you know, cover the eyes of any children in the room to make sure they don't see it, because it really is quite graphic. But we're going to play that one, and then we'll be back with game number 2. So we'll see you very shortly. Hello and welcome back to the cozy stream. That's right, here over in Stream B, and a bit more of a personal vibe. No big stages, but just two happy guys, because we get to host a pretty awesome series. That's right. It is indeed it's NIGMA GALAXY versus TSM FTX, and we had high hopes for this series. Hasn't really delivered so far, unfortunately. It was an absolute beatdown in game number 1, but we know that TSM very good at coming back. I believe in the major, during the group stage, I think they dropped a game in, I think, every single series they won, I want to say. There was definitely some weird stat about that, where they were losing a lot of their best of 3 first games or second games, but then still coming back with a win. So we know that this team, very mentally strong, and that's off the back of Moon Meander, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like this guy has got his speeches. It's like a joke from his stream. He would have these motivational speeches, but like really, you talk to the guy, you interview the guy, like he's a leader. He thinks. I mean, he made his whole team read The Art of War, like prior to TI or prior to like a major. So like he really thinks about like leadership and like resetting and attitude and this sort of stuff. So it's like you count this team out, you're just making a mistake. Like second place major team, they're not going to be counted out. But honestly, with this series, I feel like there's no losers, because it's like it's cool that TSM is doing very well, because NA has been a rest in pepperonis region for a while now, and so having a very strong NA team that's not EG is amazing for the game. But also NIGMA has been struggling for a while as well, and it's amazing to see them back in good form, because these guys are legendary. Like, you're talking about one of the top 3 greatest teams that has ever existed. Yeah. It's like they might be the best team that has ever existed, other than like it's like OG and NIGMA. So it's so great to see them back in their form. Like no matter who wins in this series, I guess it would be either they tie or NIGMA wins, because it's a best of 2. But no matter how this goes, it's great for the game.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking like consistency over all time, then it's definitely really hard to figure that out, because you got NIGMA, you got LGD, you got OG, you got Secret, who had some crazy runs. VP up until recent. It's a lot of contenders, but just to be in that list means that you are one of the GOATs. And this team has had one of the fewest changes out of all of them as well. NIGMA staying true to this core lineup, and this seems to be the right move, at least at the moment, as they are gearing up to try and take the series up from TSM. But TSM, they're not going to go down without a fight, and they're going to go back to what is comfortable for them, full comfort zone, with the Saberlight and NIGMA.
That's awesome. I love that they just go back to this. They're like, you know what? Beat this. Like, you beat us on these normal heroes, whatever. We'll play Enigma. Like, this is what we destroyed at the major with. Although the picks coming out from Enigma, they've got the bristle. We saw that very effectively yesterday for them. Even with 0 stuns, they were still able to make the hero work. And they have Wyvern, which is a fairly hard counter to the Enigma, because you've got that BKB piercing disable that will interrupt the Black Bolt from long range. However, you can get a Lincoln Sphere on Enigma, BKB Lincoln. So there is like a late game solution. Eventually, it just costs a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a fair bit of pocket change. Of course, as long as they pick up one other like decent long range stun, then you're going to need a BKB as well, and then we're getting into big bucks territory. And TSM are going to grab the Timbersaw as their second pick. Wow.
Okay, so they're going to do Moon Meander on Enigma, which is something they also did at the major. They flexed this hero. Yeah. Usually depending on like if it's countered or not. And I think in this game, it is countered in the Wyvern. And then also, I don't think you want to let a Timber through where you have this last pick coming out of the first phase and not pick a counter to the Bristle. Because like, if you pick Bristle here, Viper will get banned, Timber will get banned, and then like +1 Bristle counter. Like these heroes will all get banned because you have the 3 bans. So you have to pick the counter here, and they go for it. They go for the Timber.
Yeah, it's a nice answer to the Bristle. It gives them something already to try and answer this guy with. And he is one of these heroes at the moment which you do need to answer. Similar to the Timbersaw, you can't just let him through the entire draft and then go into the game and then go, oh, we need to build some items to do with this guy, by the way, because we didn't draft anything. Like, no, you need more than items to take this guy down. He can be just ridiculous in the right situations. Like, you saw those carry lists which all the streamers and stuff were making, and almost every single time Bristleback would be in the S category.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. It's like it's one of those things where you think about the hero in that he's based around like the quill spray damage, because for a long time he was, but that's like the least significant part of Bristle now. It's really about nasal goo and the ags, and then also just the plus damage that he gets from the ultimate. Like he actually right clicks insanely hard. He's a tower siege hero. He's a physical damage hero. Single target. Like so, Roshan. Yeah, exactly. Like. So he's like eventually he's going to two-shot a Bristle or a Timbersaw just based on like, well, I mean, it depends on the items that both of these heroes have, but yeah, Bristle's like more of a true carry these days rather than just this like AOE offlaner.
Oh, look at this! He's channeling some sort of mental energy here on Moon Meander.
Yeah, that's
This is it. He's invading Groku's brain.
Move. He's using his Nen.
Oh, okay. He's done it.
There
he's done it. Look, he just banned the clockwork. Do you see that? He just broke out of the trance like bang. Clockwork bang.
That's smart. That's smart. Yeah. Wow. Counter to the Enigma black hole. It's something that you cannot get a Lincolns to deal with. You can't get a BKB to deal with the clockwork hook. It is always going to be that BKB piercing stun, ground targeted. So no counter to that whatsoever as Enigma.
Unbeatable. I love the difference here, like the dynamic between these two. Though there's like Moon Meander animated, just like go through there. There's just like stoic misery just behind him, straight faced, talking sense. Smart.
Yeah, he's like Moon. Nen doesn't exist in real life. Relax. There's no energy or chakras that you're channeling right now. Please just ban the clockwork. For God's sakes, we did the research. Yeah, they're really trying to protect the Enigma here. Clockwork ban, Rubik ban. These are the two big counters. What would be the other one? I mean, Warlock, if you really want to ban out a counter, but then there's already the Wyvern. That means the Wyvern will be something other than a 5 position, which is a bit weird. We've seen it today, but it's like 10-20% of games, not 50% of games that you'll see the core Wyvern.
Yeah, it's a rarity, but a treat when we do get it. Thank you, Nine, for popularizing that one.
Yeah.
So, is percentage-based damage sort of what you want to get Bristle back? Is that a good option other than the Timbersaw?
Percentage-based damage is definitely good. I mean, he always builds tanky. Breaks obviously are super effective. Like my favorite thing against Bristlebacks are just abilities that make him turn towards you. Like Void Spirit's actually pretty good. Mars is really good. You spear and he turns towards you. I think these are like new age good counters to the Bristle. And let's see, can they pick any of these? I mean, they can Void Spirit for TSM, but Void Spirit's probably the most scuffed one because the Remnant doesn't really last that long. Mars, it's much easier to like isolate and kill the Bristle, but you don't want to pick Mars when you already have Timber Enigma.
Yeah, it's a big ask. And of course, Enigma, they are going to raise up another issue whilst they still can. And this is a great situation to be in as well. If you get out of this first phase with having the third pick, and you raise up a big problem with the third pick, and you feel like it's not answered in the fourth pick, then when it comes to the second phase, you can raise another issue, and now they have to beat it with 2 picks of their own. And TSM say, screw all that noise, we're just gonna bane Bloodseeker, easy peasy.
It's a combo. I mean, you Nightmare into Bloodseeker Silence. That's always going to be very strong for laning.
Yep.
Bane, it's a mana draining BKB piercing disable for the Bristle, and you can turn and get in front of them when you do that. So it's a pretty decent answer to that. And Enigma go for Necrophos, which does very well against Timber. Not that, I mean, it's okay versus Bloodseeker. I feel like Bane Bloodseeker would do really well against it, which makes me think maybe is this like a mid Sumail Necro? He likes this hero. He's actually he's traumatized me. I remember one week I was pubbing and he was spamming pubs a lot, and I got him like 3 games in a row. He was Necro versus me in every single game, diving between the tier 1 and the tier 2, and I just was losing wave after wave of experience. I was like, all right, dude, just where's the GG button? Like, get me out.
Please, Sumail, show mercy.
He beat my ass so badly that I made a video about how bad he destroyed me. I made a YouTube video. He inspired me.
Oh, Get beaten so hard, you make a video about it.
Exactly. I was like, all right, here's what I learned. It actually made me way better at laning to get destroyed by Sumail because he was doing things I'd never seen before.
Here's a question, though. What are the 3 things which Enfeeble does to your enemies? You're never going to want to cast with me again after I ask you this question, but...
that would be cast range reduction, HP / lifesteal, etc. reduction.
Yeah.
And then I believe also cast point reduction, or did they remove that one? Oh no, attack damage. It's attack damage.
Yeah, there you go. It's attack damage. Yeah, they brought back the attack damage.
They changed the cast point with the cast range reduction.
It's such a weird, it's such a weird ability, right? Like, it's kind of like butter on bread, where it's just really smoothly spread across the entire thing. You know, it's a bit of attack reduction.
It does everything, yeah. But it's kind of
rubbish.
Like, it's like you think it's rubbish?
No, I don't, well, it's kind of rubbish in that I'd rather it be like a niche spell which does one thing really well than a bunch of things.
Conceptually, like design-wise, I see.
Yeah.
Because to me, I think Enfeeble is the best part about Bane. I think Bane is ridiculous. You can't get a Satanic. He counters Necro. He counters Wyvern. He counters Bristle. You counter carries. Like you counter. The only thing that kind of sucks is I think the cast range reduction. You barely notice that. It's like funny on Reddit when you see these tiny little Earthshaker fissures and stuff. Right? It's funny, but it's like it's not that good. But the other components I think are exceptionally good. It's like Spirit Vessel levels of healing reduction, which is crazy.
Yeah, 6% of max level. It's really crazy, and it's barely noticeable as well. You know, the little black orb above your head. You're like, oh, what?
You can't tell. Yeah, you're like, why is my fissure 3 feet long?
Final pickup from TSM, and it is going to be the Invoker. Hello. That is a very cool pickup to finish this draft. Very nice synergy with the Bane as well. I like it.
Yeah, this is going to be a Sunstrike Invoker, I think. You have like Rupture is good setup for Meatball. Nightmare is great setup for Sunstrike. Enigma, Black Hole is great setup for the Cataclysm eventually. Oh,
yeah, but at the same time, Tornado looks very, very valued this game. You know, you've got so many things which, I don't know, it depends. Do you want to play for your team or do you want to play against the enemy? I mean, that's kind of the eternal question of Dota 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The Quas Wex mana drain seems pretty dope, actually, against Bristle.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, the Tornado has a lot of value this game and the stuff that it can dispel. Even the last pick Wind Ranger, you take off the Wind Run, right? So it's very effective against that. But also, you got a lot of good setup for the Sunstrikes, and I feel like people are opting to go more of the Quas Exort build these days anyway, just because people think Quas Wex is weaker. Topsen had a pretty good explanation of it. He said like people basically have infinite regen on the mid lane now because of the water runes and other elements. And so the fact that Invoker would usually win lane by like taking your mana and out regenning you is not really the case anymore. So you just get like Exort and farm.
Thanks, Topsen. That's very well explained.
Yeah, he has good explanations.
No, it does make a lot of sense. I mean, we'll see what the option is, but one thing we definitely know for sure is that he's going for a Spirit Vessel this game. I will eat my hat if he doesn't, because it is such an exceptional Spirit Vessel game. Such a good item on Invoker as well. So I'm fully expecting that to be the case this time around, and allow them to kind of go for some early plays onto this Bristle or onto this Necro, who, in combination with this Enigma, with the Bane and the Enfeeble, it is going to be a pretty big threat. Right, let's get into it. Game number 2 of NIGMA versus TSM. Can TSM level the playing field and cause yet another draw in this group? Or is it going to be NIGMA taking the victory here and taking them down a peg? Let's find out.
Either way, I'm happy. These are nice teams to be getting on the V stream. You know what I mean? Like these are very, very big boys. So we got a delectable treat today. Shout outs to the production for giving us
the guy on scheduling
a nice series. Yeah, shout outs to that guy. He's awesome.
Buying him a donut really paid off for us, didn't it?
Hell yeah, dude! That delectable cream filled donut.
Wait for it.
Saudi donuts. Just bake it in the sun. Easy. Good luck, have fun, King, says Moon Meander. Adorable. I love it.
30 seconds to battle.
A little bit of kerfuffling. Yeah.
All right. Just dreaming, just getting that REM sleep in. Very nice.
Yeah, they're going to feel so refreshed after this.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that growth hormone as well, or growth, whatever the hell it is. They say you should get REM sleep so you can work out and get those gains. That's where I was trying to go with that. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's growth hormone.
Is it really? Growth hormone,
I think so. Whatever. I'm an idiot. Mind control, though, getting swole up top. Picks up that bounty, 2 for 2. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. We did have issues a little bit earlier, so could be same thing again.
Wow, so Miracle's got the wild card thing. That's cool. That's cool.
I mean, you have to. It's the best. It's the best voice line.
Wow.
Online video game with 3 people. You can't just pause it.
All right. Shoutouts to wild card in the NA region.
Yep,
the boys.
It is the best. It is very, very cool. I love it. I mean, this is very important as well, right? Because TSM didn't make the major, right?
Nope, they did not.
So, if you want to earn some money this season, it's time to do that here.
Yep, these are TI only boys, and then also they would like to make some money here as NIGMA Galaxy. They're doing a tri-lane up here, at least to start, and letting Miracle get some solo XP bot.
Yeah, so this is exactly what TSM did last game, but TSM was more out of desperation. They realized that Saberlight didn't really stand a chance of doing anything in that lane, so they just tried to make some action happen top. Didn't work, and looks like the same thing will happen here.
Top lane, they're going to go for some harass, at least. Double silence.
Yeah, I think most of the time it's not too bad to tank the level 1 blood right a little bit. If you can usually get off your right clicks and harass for the same amount onto one hero and get some denies and stuff.
That's true. Running out of it often feels like a mistake. It's like it covers the area for so long that you just feel bad. You miss like a bunch of CS to do it.
Yeah, and these early CS can be so vital to turning the lane in your favor. And as we've seen twice today already, if you lose the lanes, you're going to have a bad time. Dubu getting very low here, and he's going to get taken out here by the mind control. Yeah, it's kind of surprising he stayed so close to that one, Dubu, because he knew that Death Bolt was coming, right?
Yeah, Kuro leveled Arc Lightning in this lane, which it's one of those things where, like, you'd think Lightning Bolt level 1, because I don't know, you push the lane with Arc Lightning, but Necro's like going to push the lane anyway, and then Bloodseeker also pushes the lane into them, and Arc Lightning hits 2 people. If you wait until 2 people are standing next to each other, it's 180 damage, which is pretty insane for 80 mana.
Young Zeus, though, the heal comes from mind control, and I think they are going to be able to keep him alive. No more damage in the tank for TSM, so they won't be able to get the trade back going their way.
This is kind of cool from NIGMA Galaxy, though. I like this lane a lot. Like, Zeus Arc Lightning's 2 units, gets the creeps low, and then mind control CS's them and gets Heartstopper. It's actually pretty smart. I mean, 2 ranged heroes usually is a bit weird in lane in a side lane, but it makes sense here.
And they're going to try and mess around with the Nightmare combo as well. Doesn't quite work out. So they'll be able to trade back. It is feeling like one of those lanes which is going to go one way or the other, right? With 2 of these Healy heroes which rely solely on last hits, the moment you start to fall behind, it's going to feel real rough.
Yeah, these are like the 2 heroes in Dota. It's really weird. It's really weird, actually, Bloodseeker versus Necro.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to get this last hit. No, I am. It's like, okay, dude, relax, guys.
Literally does the same thing with the last hits.
Exactly, yeah. They're both completely equal in terms of CS. Mind Control just pulled ahead because Dubu went to go had to a half pull.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we've got Samael playing the Wind Ranger into the Brile Invoker. This feels like a quirky little matchup. 2 heroes we don't get to see so often in the middle lane.
Yeah, and he did go Quas Wex as Mind Control getting pushed out of lane a little bit here. So yeah, Brile, you don't have to eat your hat today, Nomad. Brile is going for the Quas Wex build, which I would imagine means he's going to get a Vessel. That's pretty standard. It's really good for dispelling the wind run, so I can understand why you wanted to go Quas Wex.
It's a shame because Samael taking some heavy hits here, but not enough to bring him down, I don't think. Although he's not going to stop. Brile keeps on chasing him down, has the speed advantage. Smell actually turning around onto Bryle now, but he is going to go down thanks to Dubu's rotation in, and Kuro will not be able to finish off Bryle either, and actually might be in a bit of trouble himself. The EMP is going to hit the deck. The Nightmare immediately cancelled out. The right click is there from Bryle. The range is just enough, and managed to grab himself 2 kills in the middle lane. TSM turning up the volume, meanwhile Saberlight in some trouble in the bottom lane. The Quill's going to take him out. That's a dead Timbersaw.
Wow. I was not expecting Timber to die in this lane. That's a mistake from Saberlight. That I mean, his game is so good on Saberlight that he has Whirling Death level 2. Like, think about that for a second. That's how OP he feels in this lane, and he just accidentally like got too many stacks of the Quill Spray on himself. That's unfortunate. Miracle's gonna be huge in this game for that. He's supposed to lose that lane.
Big mistake from Saberlight, but hopefully he can recover and still get himself a game, because he kind of needs to. Timber is not a hero you like playing from behind. It's designed to win the lane and be aggressive in the early mid. Well, rotation up to the top wave. They're actually going to try and take down Mind Control, and they're going to be able to do exactly that.
It is such a good such a good Invoker game.
Yeah.
Can purge the wind run off of the mid, and obviously that lane is going very well for him. He just got 2 earn charges, by the way, for that rotation, which is very important. But also, if he goes to either of the side lanes, either he takes all of Bristle's mana, which will completely neuter him, or he dispels the Necro Ghost Shroud. So Mind Control doesn't even bother to level it. It's not worth it at this point.
Yep, super annoying. Super good. It doesn't take off Arctic Burn, unfortunately, but would be cool if it did. He wants to now got to bottle himself up a regen rune. There is Dubu in the neighborhood as well. Not sure how much they can do. Mumianda rotating in from the side. A lot of pressure being on Smell here. He's going for the TP out, though, and he's going to be able to make it. In fact, he's TPing up to the top lane, so they want to try and do something to Tomato here, but Tomato seems to know. He's got the intel.
Huh.
What a read.
He tipped him.
Oh, wait a minute.
He tipped him, so it's like he knew that the TP was coming up top.
Yeah,
How did he...
Okay. He knew because the direction the wind was facing in, there's no middle tier 1 tower, right? It fell down. Am I mistaken in that? Or
No, it's there. It's there.
It's there? Oh, okay. Never mind. I don't know then.
Yeah, that's a good read. That's a really good read.
I don't know. Meanwhile, GH just dying under the tier 1 in mid. That's going to be an easy assassination from the side of TSM.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay, trading potentially towers here. NIGMA do not want to give up the mid tower, though. They TP Miracle in and Kuro to defend this. It's so hard to push into a Vanguard Bristle at this point. To kill him, you have to take like your entire HP pool and damage in an AoE, so
yeah,
not super favorable.
Absolutely not, no. Meanwhile, GH trying to gently stop Saberlight from taking my tower. Please, sir, leave it alone. But as the Arctic Burn runs out and Dubu moves in, just going to make sure that GH is nowhere nearby. But he is not. Meanwhile, up at top, there's another rotation for Bryle here onto Mind Control. Mind Control takes some heavy hits. Bryle trying to finish the job. There is a Fairy Fire available. I don't think that's going to be enough to save his life, though. Bryle closes the gap, gets a right click off, gets the kill, and turns invisible as Kuro's joined the fray. He's actually going to be able to pick off Tomato. This trade went from okay to pretty bad. Meanwhile, GH dies at bottom, and up at top, they're still going on to Evoker here, and they're going to be able to bring him down as well. It's Kuroki with a double kill. Huge rotation in from the Zeus.
This is a massacre. There's just deaths happening everywhere.
Everyone's dying.
I don't know who that favors. I mean, Saberlight is huge. That's for sure. You know, he's bot. He's chilling. He's free farming. It probably favors TSM. Just I feel like they're really confident in their Timber strength right now. Who is completely running down Mind Control.
Jogging buddies here. And hello to each other. Mind Control. He does have that Ghost Shroud, but Tomato's coming in as well. A couple of tippity taps onto Mind Control, and we'll finish him off. The Chakram gets the kill. And
Saberlight steals the kill, more like. That's he's saying I'm the carry this game, all right? And I think Timber versus a Bristleback is definitely a matchup where you can become the carry. Even against Necro, you do all this pure damage through Ghost Shroud, through like anything. He doesn't want to get a BKB on Necro, so I think Saberlight can be this carry this game. We can see that reflected in the fact that he's going to be taking an Ancient stack here. Like TSM wants to empower this hero, which I think makes a lot of sense with the draft they're up against.
Scary neutral creeps though.
Oh no, that was
The
close.
gods are up as well. Quickly, nightmare him. Okay, all right. I think he's okay. Panic over. Finish the job, lads.
Surely they know that there's a ward there now, right?
You'd think so.
Tuba's like, wow, what? Game sense. Oh, they smoke on it. Ooh, that's rough. That's rough.
They did not know. They did not know.
No, dude, Mind Control should know. They saw the smoke on a ward. He's being a bit greedy here.
Oh no, you greedy muffin.
He's being a greedy muffin.
Yeah. What happens to greedy muffins? They get eaten. That's what irony is. Alright, we'll just dance around him a little bit, wait for that. No, they're really giving literally giving all the kills to Saberlight. They have embraced him as a lord and savior this game.
He's the carry. Yeah, he's the carry. You'll have a Sanj and Kaya, eventually get the Ag Shard, have some flamethrower action going on. He can do a lot of damage. He's going to be a big boy this game.
Alright, well. I mean, it was at this point in last game I said, well, 2k advantage at 10 minutes doesn't seem that bad, but the game does feel pretty damn bad for TSM. So now, I'm going to say it the other way. 2k no, I'm not going to do it again, but same question, Jenkins.
Yeah, that would be a curse. That would be a curse there. I mean, the bristle timing for when he gets the Aghanim Scepter is like, that's always going to be strong.
Yeah.
That's when you want to win the game. But the question is, you know, you're playing into a Timbersaw who's doing percentage damage. Enigma is doing percentage damage. Bloodseeker is doing percentage damage. A Vessel is doing percentage damage. Like, how many times do I need to say that? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many counters to the Bristleback in this game that I'm not sure how important that timing is. So maybe a lot more pressure is on Sumail to just pop off on Windranger and be like that secondary carry, which he is 0-1-2, so it's not really happening just yet.
Yeah, pretty quiet game from him this game, considering Dawnbreaker last time when he was just everywhere at once. Kuro is going to act as the canary for Sumail and Mind Control here. Is Mind Control still hanging around? Let's see. Tubu, power shot fired across. There's more coming in for
nice shackle.
Ooh, that was a beautiful shackle. Yeah, and that's going to cancel out the grip. The Nightmare will actually fail from the Bane here. And now when his curse comes through, this might be really bad for TSM. Let's see what they can do at Nigma here. They're bringing the heroes, but they will bring down Dubu. Now Sumail fighting up into Saberlight. Saberlight's a pretty scary boy, though. No, going to need a little bit more damage than that to bring him down. Just to the chakram for the time being. It's going to be Dubu and Ryle brought down for the time being. Saberlight's just going to walk himself away. In fact, I think he might even take some of these creeps here if he fancies.
And that's a nice shackle, nice curse. You know, Saberlight's not really going to be threatened by anything here, but getting Ryle as a kill there is huge. Sumail is definitely feeling pretty good after that one. He's got a Javelin coming out.
Miracle in the middle lane. This isn't really the hero you can let die right now. Mimian is coming in for the black hole, but can't really close the gap. Not before the cavalry arrives. 3 heroes suddenly materialize in the middle lane for Nigma, as is the case whenever Miracle's in trouble.
That is true. That is right. And now Sumail too, actually. They've got kind of 2 carry type guys that are, you know, worth 5-man protecting. What gives them their power.
Yes.
Mind Control, by the way, he does have the Vessel now. So they have a Vessel on Necro, and they have a Javelin on a Windranger. So I think killing Saberlight is not totally off the table anymore. He could die if they have those 2 heroes together.
So anyone can die in this game is what you're telling me.
That is correct. I don't think there's anybody that's unkillable. Even Bristle Boy can go down because of all that percentage damage that we've talked about. But Miracle has been silently just farming this entire time. He is top of net worth now.
Yeah. He's getting that bag.
Now Tomato's trying to take the ancient stacks. He's like, Saberlight? This one? Oh, no, it's going to be for Saberlight. I see.
You dare take my stacks, peasant? How dare you? You slight me, boy. Run your place. And Thunder Gods to scout the smoke.
Cool, I mean, cool presence of mind from Kuro. That was, well, you know what, actually? Maybe he didn't see it, because 2 of the heroes broke the smoke. Saberlight and Tomato broke smoke, so they would have to be really quick on the clicking on because it's yeah.
Checking the heroes, yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Mind control. Pretty far forward here. Winter's Curse, not going to latch on to him, so only last a second here as Bryle needs to get away from this one, but that's not happening. And the Reaper's Scythe going to seal his fate. Oh dear.
And what I was saying about the smoking thing is, like, if you have hero icons on, then sometimes they cover each other. And so if you Zeus ult, you sometimes won't see all 5 heroes just because the hero icons are covering each other anyway. So that it can be a bit weird, but it would depend on what he has, what his settings are. Dota's like weird like that. But yeah, I think they probably saw the smoke. That's why they responded to that mind control getting gone on so quickly. They felt like with the heroes that were smoked there, they could defend him. Also, it's like mind control is a bit of a throwaway hero at this point. Like, he's just pushing out the bot lane constantly. Even if he dies, like, who cares? You know, this is your offlane necro. He doesn't need to be huge. Bristle's massive, farming up tons of stacks here. He's going to hit that Aghanim Scepter timing pretty quickly.
I feel like every time we look at Miracle, it's like, meanwhile, in the jungle.
Yeah. And he went for Assange. So he's not trying to rush the Ags. He feels pretty comfortable going a little bit later to hit that timing.
Yeah, and I guess his data resistance is very nice against like the Vessel and things like that if you don't go for any purge. It's the next best thing. Kuro going to use that heavenly jump. Is it going to get him away from this one though? I don't think so. That said, they will use the Cold Embrace to keep him alive a little longer, but with the Tornado and the Timber Chain, they will finish the drop. But now the Focus Fire coming out onto Saberlight. He needs to get away. Timber Chain away once again here, but is being chased, and the Power Shot will take him down from Sumail. As once again, they clear them out of the triangle. Doobie to fall as well to the hand of the Bristleback. So they defend their triangle very nicely. TSM starting to let the soap drop a bit. They keep trying to go in for the invasions, and it's just not working out too well for them.
No, it's getting to the point where they need Moon Meander to actually be able to get his spells off in a fight. Maybe they need Tomato BKB before they fight. Like, this is where you consider, like, okay, what are our next timings? Because around the ones we have currently, we obviously can't fight them. Who is that Wyvern smoked? He is. You can barely tell with this cosmetic.
Yeah, it's very RGB, very gamer.
Yeah. I mean, I respect it. I respect it. It's like one of those Asus monitors. Shout out to Asus. RGB, beautiful colors, so 8K good. Resolution. Probably.
It's also the color of oil, so shout out to Aramco as well.
Yeah, shout outs to those sponsors. As Sumail gets
right
nightmare.
Yeah, Dubu Bates gang with the Nightmare. Very nicely done. They might have actually just sacrificed their Wyvern as he's inside the silence. The rest of the team getting away. GH going to be, very much killed off. Nope, another 1 second Winter's Curse. Not going to do a whole lot. He was hoping, but didn't go the way. Just trying to make as much time as possible. That seems to be the #1 resource for NIGMA here, though. You know, it's just time.
They're confident in their Bristle timing. They think that if they make space for him, get his Aghanim Scepter, they're going to win the game. And they've done it before in this tournament so far. I mean, yesterday the Bristle, they had no stuns, and still, like, Miracle absolutely popped off with the Bristle. So they know what they're doing with this hero. I would trust their judgment. They've even opted to, like, not go into Roche despite having a few opportunities. They just feel like the Ags timing is so strong that let's wait for it, and then we can start doing stuff on the map.
Yeah. Yeah, both teams being very respectful of each other. And again, you know, we keep going back to it, but this is the first time in a long time we've had an event with such a high prize pool outside of TI. So big impact, big money, and this schedule is so punishing. You drop just one game in these best of twos, and it's going to set you back so far. It can mean not making the playoffs. It can mean being stuck in tiebreakers. It can mean a lot of things. So that is why seeing these teams play so carefully, we're giving each other so much respect, and the teams are bloody good as well. Everyone respects each other here. Yeah, you can sense it. You can sense the tension, especially because these two teams. I think after watching each other and their performances, like, they're probably feeling like they're both, like, equally capable of like winning the tournament. You know, like they're very confident in their own opponents and themselves. So it's not like one of those series where it's like, oh, you know, we're playing against like a weak opponent or something like that. It's like, yeah, these guys are like in form, 100%. 19 minutes
just
in.
just chilling.
No significant advantage one way or the other. Both teams very confident in their game.
The question is, what are they waiting for? Miracle does have his Aghanim Scepter now. Looks like everybody is going to make their way to him. I guess that's what they were waiting for. Does Mind Control have TP? He's TPing mid. He's going to push out the mid lane and then head top. I think Nigma's going to look to Roche. This looks like a we're going to play around Roche sort of situation.
Definitely, yeah. I think this is what it's all coming down to at the moment. 20 minutes in, it's it's not super late for a first Roche, but in a game this close, it definitely feels like it's surprising that this is the first attempt either team is making, but immediately they try to make the play into the middle lane. TSM unleashing onto Mind Control. They want to try and take him out nice and quickly for the first kill off this fight. Sunstrike comes down, the Chakram will finish the job, but Saberlight, he's taking a lot of damage. Moonyan and in with Black Hole just onto that Hedgehog, trying to take him out, but Saberlight is going to die in the backlines, and they can't kill off Miracle. They don't have the damage. Now they come in with Tomato, though. He's looking to try and follow up here. He needs a Maelstrom prop to get the kill, and he will find it. And they move across, looking for more. Once again, some now just nightmared up in the middle of this fight. Do they have the damage to surround her and kill her off even with that wind run ticking through? Maybe the Sunstrike connects. The Tomato gets another one. This time it's with the Blood Ray. Now he's looking to run down the rest of the stragglers here. GH going to be that guy, but he's managing to get over the trees, so it doesn't look like there'll be any more deaths here. So again, a very, very even fight. No one really coming out on top.
I honestly feel like TSM comes out on top there, just because...
Yeah, Bristle dies.
It's like not only does Bristle die, he dies on like the strongest timing that they have in the game. That's huge for TSM. That's one of the worst things that can possibly happen in a game is that you hit a timing such as your Bristle Ags timing, and you don't win on it. You don't win the fight right after that. I think it was just an amazing black hole call by Moon Meander, like dropping the Wraith Pact and black holing means that they got Bristle down to like 30-40% HP before the black hole was over, and Moon even survived because he had the Wraith Pact on during the fight. So the quill sprays were not enough. And I think he positioned it in a way where Bristle was facing towards him. So the quill sprays were not actually activating from the automatic bristleback. So that was just like a really good black hole call from Moon. And the fact that Dubu baited out the Winter's Curse as well. They had to use the Winter's Curse on him in order to interrupt the Fiend's Grip. And NIGMA Galaxy, they're saying we should have roached earlier, so we're just going to do it now.
But is it too late?
I think they're trying to do this because there's no black hole. They feel like that was a big impact in the last fight, and that without that, TSM can't fight. But they've got good poke. There's a lot of stuff they can throw into this pit.
Yeah, definitely. Laderites, tornadoes,
chakrams, even a DD bot. Tomato's running straight for it. He's got that BKB too. 9-second BKB.
This could be pretty disastrous for NIGMA, but they need to find the right opening from TSM. They can't just run into the blood, so you've got to double damage and expect to win the fight like that. You saw last fight, he only really came in at the end and was able to clean up. That's the ideal situation, but Roshan is dead, so it's too late already to contest it at least. Miracle will pick up the Aegis, and now things, again, start to equalize.
That's a little cool. It looks like TSM made the call to not fight that. Moon was just pushing bot the whole time and got a lot of damage done to the tier 2 tower. So that was a situation where TSM kind of knew that they were going to lose the Roshan because they didn't want to fight without the black hole. But they wanted to delay for as long as possible so that Moon could do some damage to the bot tower. Like, it was just poking. And I've seen this a lot, actually, where... You know Bristle is going to get the Aegis once he gets an Ags. It's just really hard to fight that timing. And so the idea is just to like stall until he gets the Aegis and the Aegis times out. That's basically it. And this is just playing more into that, this split pushing action.
Well. They did win the last fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
When is that black hole back up? Well, it's already there.
Moon has BKB too, very soon. Saberlight?
Oh my god, he's just jumped in and is immediately getting taken down. He does get off the BKB, but is he going to live through this? Looks like he is for the time being. Meanwhile, for Mail, he's getting pretty low to the Rupture and just trying to TP out of this one, but he's not going to make it out. Tomato gets the kill, and that means there's no more Wind Ranger.
Yeah, I don't think Sumail had the wind run up during that TP, so even if he did Maelstrom on Bloodseeker, he can actually, if he gets procs, which he did, he can right-click through the wind run, which means the BKB TP with wind run is not as effective. I mean, this is huge for TSM. Like, any kills, it's just time off of the Bristle Aegis, which it's only got 3 minutes left. When Sumail respawns, it'll be like 2 minutes.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is the timing that they want to avoid for TSM.
They do indeed, as we approach that 25-minute mark. 7k goal advantage for TSM. It's not to Bristle, but right now it just feels like you can't poke at each other. It really does. Like, it's one of those games where the aggressor seems to be the losing party.
Yeah, it does seem like that. I guess that's the nature of Enigma lineups, you know? It's just like, we go late game, like we're always going to win. But, you know, I would say the same thing about a Zeus lineup as well. I feel like Zeus is incredibly strong in the late game. Maybe because it's a 5 position, it's a different story. But TSM, they're confident in their late game for this draft. They don't feel like they need to do anything too crazy, especially because it's just meta to avoid this Bristle Ags timing. Like, everybody knows how powerful it is and that the hero can fall off after this point. So just wait. Bide your time.
Bide your time, indeed. It's a hard ask, though. It's a very hard ask. I think both teams are like, they're both feeling anxious about one another, but they both just don't want to be the ones to make that mistake in this game.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, we talked about the money. It's always going to be a factor. They feel that mental pressure. But Enigma, they're looking to get in there.
Well. And Dubu's going to be the one to fall for this as Miracle gets that kill, going very deep here. It's a little bit low on mana and has a soul ring in his backpack, so he's got his teammates to buff him up though. That's coming out from them. Made a EMP. All right, never mind. I'm completely gone. But it doesn't matter.
Very annoying. Oh, has Mind Control been disassembling the Lotus and using mana boots? Have you? I'm not. I'm gonna watch to see if he does do it, because that's a really cool trick. I mean, on Necro it doesn't matter that much. Kuro, he is a bit out of position.
No, he has got the Lotus put upon him though to get that Spirit Vessel and the Cold Snap off him, so I think that's pretty vital in helping him survive there. Now Miracle takes a bit of a burst from Sableye. Does take a lot of damage when that Timbersaw gets on top of him. How long's left on that Aegis?
22 seconds.
Yeah,
so,
TSM, they know, they're smoking. They're looking to
get
involved.
They're going for it. Yep, they're going for it. And if they follow this path, they will run into Nigma. Kuro sees the ward, though. Taking the triangle, yeah.
Chakram being thrown out, just shots across the bow at each other, and well, it ruptures a bit more than a shot, but
unfortunately Bristle does not care that much about the rupture. That's also probably why I got the Sange, I would say, is for the rupture. Oh, they see Mumiander.
They do indeed, and they want to try and bring him down, but he's actually going to turn around and drop the Black Hole straight up onto the Bristle back, but he is going to die for his efforts. Sableye as well being held still on the back line. This Shackle's going to follow up the high ground as well and hold him back. Braille comes forwards. I'm not sure about this, Braille. This seems very aggressive for a man without a BKB. But be okay for now. But now Miracle gets involved. Beautiful Shackle coming through onto 2 as well. Reaper's side takes down Braille. Dubu gone as well. Tomato, he's got nothing left but to TP away. Enigma taking a massive fight here once again.
Yeah, you said it, Braille without the BKB. The Lincoln Sphere does not appear to be enough. It's getting canceled by all of Kuro's spells. And so after that, he is just a sitting duck waiting to get shackled. The 2-man shackle is absolutely beautiful there. And also the Zeus ult to scout out Moonmeander and catch him on the low ground. That was just a really bad position for him to be caught in.
Yeah.
The worst hero to get caught out. Even with the BKB still, there's so much damage that goes through it. Sumail was just beating into him with focus fire throughout the entire black hole. Maybe the play is to get the Aghanim Shard on Enigma. He does not have it queued up. He's going for the Ether Lens instead, which serves a similar purpose. He can hold from a further distance and play a bit farther back with the Blink Dagger as well.
Yeah, true. That could be an actual option. Make a bit of difference. Another thing about the shards as well is that sometimes they can make such a big difference for such a low price. Definitely feels like Moon Meander could move in that direction should he want to.
Yeah, and he'll have enough money for it. He's got the Philly Stone. He's got the Big Boy Philly. Is there any Big Boy Philly on the Enigma side? Did they have it? They do. Kuro's got one, so he'll get nags.
Very nice, very nice. Blood's getting gunned down in the street here. My goodness, he's just taken out. And beautiful curse coming out from GH as well. That's two heroes. They can't afford to lose. They're going to lose one of them. Moonmeander's going to fall, and I'm pretty sure Brother Seekers is going to follow him to the grave. Nigma have suddenly just found their momentum here. They are pounding away at Royal TSM. What is happening?
They're just getting the pickoffs. These are like the last two fights. They're just finding the right heroes at the start of the fight. Saberlight is looking like a non-factor with this Timber. Like, Bristle's doing too much damage. I can't believe I'm saying it. Like, I feel like Timber should do extremely well versus Bristle, but he's got plus 400 damage. He's hitting for over 600, or about, actually, I think exactly 600. No, I'm doing NA math. That's NA math. He's hitting for 600. So it's like, without the reactive armor stacks on already, it's just too much damage. Even with the plate mail and 17 base armor. He's feeling pretty bad.
Yep, he is indeed. And Moonmeander gonna see GH, but GH is immediately blinking away from this one. He's just here to push out a wave and get himself to safety, and that's exactly what he will achieve. And now, it all comes down to the next Roshan. Who will get it? I mean, look, right now it's looking like Nigma. It's been looking like them for a while now still. You know, an even game, but they just can't seem to do anything about this Bristle, which is so crazy when we talked so long about how they seem to have the answers, but this hero just doesn't feel answerable at some point in the game.
Maybe the play is to kill everybody else and leave the Bristle until the end. They have Nightmare. That's good for, you know, kiting the Bristle. They can rupture him. They can tornado him, make him out of mana. Maybe that's the play in the next fight.
Yep, Nightmare him, enfeeble the Necrophos, and then grip, I don't know, Sumail or something.
Yeah, I think Sumail's a good focus target. Sumail, GH, Kuroki, they're also good focus targets. And if you're Nigma, you want to... Ooh, Tomato breaking the smoke.
Let's see. They are fighting on the opposite high grounds at the moment as they move in. Saberlight just taking the front lines here, trying to take down Kuroki. Going to be able to do exactly that. Now the Black Hole comes down along with the Stun Strike on to the Bristle Back. That's only going to get him down to about half HP though. Meanwhile on the side, GH is going to lose his life. TSM finding the side kills whilst engaging on the Bristle Back as well. Mind control. He's just on the front lines here. Beautiful Nightmare save from Dubu though. And now they're going to turn things around onto old MC. This Necrophos is going to join teammate in the grave. 3 heroes dead on the side of Nigma. Nothing lost for TSM. Feeling good for them. Roche has just respawned as well. That is huge.
So in that fight, they gripped and black-holed the Bristle at the exact same time. So you can tell that they've had this discussion like, okay, let's kite the Bristle to the degree where they're both just pressing their spells, because if one of them gets interrupted, then the other will at least be there. Like, obviously, you know, ideally, you're doing one after the other as Tomato.
But now they don't have their ultimate, and there's a Bristle in the pit. This has got to be a concern, right? They've got to do something about this.
30 seconds, no MC, though. So Miracle maybe has to be a bit careful. There is no black hole. There's no grip. This is why he was confident running into the pit, but still afraid of the poke.
Yeah.
Doesn't want a hard commit.
The poke is strong from TSM. They've got strong fingers to really get into their bellies.
Yeah, they really do. Okay, they're confident with MC respawning, though. There is going to be grip coming up, but no black hole. That is a much longer cooldown.
Oh, it is. And oh my god, Arcane Rune for Miracle as well. Blimey. It is a great rune, but you are going to get RSI smashing those buttons. percentage-based damage, though. Repetitive strain injury. Very common in games.
That's what I see.
Yeah,
I knew it
but
was a
Miracle.
science thing.
Oh, the steal
What?
from Saberlight. Timber Chain through the pit. That was absolutely perfect.
What?
And now they take
I've
the fight.
never seen that happen before.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh my god. Well, now they'll turn it around. I mean, they will take the Aegis away from
They're
him.
all dead.
Meanwhile, Tomatoes down to the backlines. Yeah, this might be the point Nigma wins the game anyway. And the Saberlight trying to survive through this. Timber Chain away, going for the TP out, but that is not going to happen. He's going to get killed off as well, and it's 5 heroes dead on the side of TSM. Nice Aegis, bro. Nice Aegis.
That's insane, dude. What an insane fight. That's crazy. So he kills the Roche with the Timber Chain and selects the Aegis at the same time. I mean, that's some frame perfect stuff right there. And then you just lose the fight after. How depressing can it get?
Dire structures are falling.
Good lord.
No Invoker, 45. That's a hard defense.
At least you get on
the
the
shackle.
Oh my god, another beautiful shackle from Skamel. 2 heroes brought down, and that might be the end. That is not something you can recover from. Diebacks on both of them with 1 shackle.
All right.
Audio issues here. Seem to be having.
I feel like Bristleback is a very... You very much want to come up with a strat against NIGMA Bristleback now. Like, this looks... The whole...
The ancient is gone. The ancient is gone. There was no chance left for TSM. They decided to fight until the very end, as you should. But unfortunately, there was nothing left in the tank, and it is going to be NIGMA Galaxy taking the 2-0 over TSM. Wow. And they did look a little bit shaken there, but all hugs and handshakes from the side of NIGMA, the Habibis.
They did it. I mean, these guys are just on one. I don't know what to say. I mean, they look amazing. I think NIGMA has always been a team that strategically they've always looked like pretty sound in the game. Like, maybe I know some people have issues with like the no stun drafts and stuff like that sometimes will come out because Kuro is just like, his brain is like too big for his head. You know what I mean? Like, he's just way too smart. So he does these drafts. Maybe sometimes like people think that he outdrafts himself, whatever. But still, like in the games, even the games when they were like losing Div 1 with ILTW and like their other players that they had tried out, they would always do things like smoke out when they're losing and like set up an area with wards. Like strategically, I'm saying in the game, they've always been good at that. But it seems like right now, just mechanically, all of them are playing incredibly high level too. Like Sumel with the 2-man shackles, Miracle, basically a flawless performance again from him, as of course he is going to be our MVP with that 618 GPM. This man knows how to play Bristle. He's clearly assessed that this hero is a great late game hero and not just this early game offlane tank guy. Because good lord, he was playing into a pretty hard lineup and still just two-shotting Timbersaw, you know?
Yeah, that's not something you see very often either. You know, Timbersaw, not a guy known for going down with physical damage, but Miracle made him look like like a sausage, and he was a very sharp knife, you know, just completely cut through him.
Yeah, sausage. That's the most British thing I can think of. Yeah, of course, a sausage. Just in a nice brekkie.
A nice full English breakfast. He was indeed the sliced sausage. No, that was that was brutal. I mean, a beautiful performance from NIGMA. Really, I mean, Samael as well, landing some amazing shackle shots throughout that as well. Really cute play coming out from Saberlight at the very end there. But I mean, literally never seen a Timber Chain steal an Aegis before. There's barely any trees around the Roshan pit anyway. But in the end, didn't matter. They're able to take the fight regardless. And yeah. It's weird how dependent they were on Black Hole when we said it was a bad Black Hole game and like they had loads of cancels for it. When it's a POS 4, you can't commit all that to cancelling a Black Hole. So it actually ended up being quite an important factor for TSM's team fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those replays where like, I'm going to have to go back and watch it to figure out like theoretically, how would you counter this Bristle? Because I felt like TSM had the options for it. They had the mana drain, they had all sorts of percentage damage, they had Timbersaw, who counters every strength hero in the game, they had Black Hole, Fiend's Grip. Like, to be fair, there were cancels for both of these abilities. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe the problem is like earlier they should have kited the bristle, but it's like, yeah, like I said, I would have to go back and watch the replay because I feel like Nigma just played that so flawlessly that it looked like first phasing bristle is not possible to counter, which is weird because TSM had the instant counter pick, and they did. They did with Timber. That was their best counter. That was their best answer, and they could have vipered maybe, I guess. But I would have to watch. Nigma played too well. Like they just played amazing.
Yeah, they really did. They completely outpaced them, and that is a story we've been saying a lot about Nigma recently in their wins. And, you know, they've had 2 draws before this, you know, against RNG, against Liquid, and now to come through with a win. That's a really promising sign for them in this tournament, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great start for them. They're probably feeling pretty happy right now.
Well, we can actually ask them themselves. We do have an interview available, so let's go chat to one of the Nigma boys, and we get to talk to the lovely Kuro. Kuro, congratulations on that big win. How did it feel? Was it a fun series against TSM?
Yeah, feels good to win, of course. Yeah.
And how does it feel playing in like kind of, you know, a fellow Arabic region for you? Is that a nice feeling to be on sort of home turf?
I mean, I don't really care. I'm just here to play, so I mean, I'm not Arab, so
yeah.
Sure.
All right. So with the game you last played, of course, a really good performance across the board. Joe, what was the communication like? And how confident were you in this bristle? Because we were honestly having our doubts.
We're pretty comfortable. Miracle plays a mean bristle. We have some strategies with it. And of course, there's a certain risk picking it that early. But I don't know, we're just chilling, you know. A little bit of goo, some quill spray, works out.
Definitely does as well. Bit of goo, bit of cool spray, and it works out indeed. Well, I mean, do you feel like TSM had a good plan coming into this game and yours was just better? Or do you feel like they were slightly underprepared? Or, you know, how did it feel in the drafts?
I have a lot of respect for TSM. I personally really like that team. I have huge respect for Moon Meander, the team he built with Dubu together. So I took them extra seriously in our prep. I think they had a good shot in the second game. I think in the first game they got a bit cornered strategically. Today we were just better. It could have went both ways. They're a great team. And yeah, it was great games.
All right. Jenkins, you got any questions?
Awesome. Hello, Kuro. Congratulations. I wanted to ask about the, not actually this series, but the game where you were on Abaddon and you guys you picked a 0 stun draft, and yet, like, you had this timing where you just absolutely crushed them. And I'm curious if you could tell me your thoughts on picking, like, why you picked 0 stuns and why you're so confident that it didn't matter in that game. That was against Liquid.
I mean, Dota is a beautiful game. We shouldn't be stuck on only one way of playing the game. I think we have shown that over the years, over and over again. Yeah. You know, just don't be so close-minded, you know? Like, it's a nice game. It's the best game in the world. It offers a lot of strategy. And to be fair, I would say we're quite unique in our approach of the game. We don't stick to the meta as much as other teams do. And if we would, you know, it would be quite boring. At the end of the day, we're here to win and entertain too. So strategy worked out. That's it.
Awesome.
All right. And of course, your next series is going to be up against OG. Actually, your last series, the group stage, I believe. What are your confidence levels like going into that one?
I mean, OG is a tough opponent. I feel good, personally. They were one of our practice partners, so we both know each other quite well. Just excited to play more and get some W's.
All right. Hopefully you do get some more W's. Great performance here, and great watching you guys continue to improve. And yeah, looking forward to talking to you some more. Thank you, Kuro.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love these interviews. Something about the delay makes it extra funny. But I love that he got to answer the 0 stuns thing, because I feel like that is such a classic, like, Redditor like problem to have with like the Kuro drafts. And you know he's like cognizant of drafting these things, right? Like he's not just doing it. Oh, I accidentally drafted no stuns.
Oops, I forgot.
It's like he has some idea where like it doesn't matter. Of course, he like didn't exactly answer like the strategic part of it, which I kind of expected because I feel like it's like he doesn't want to reveal the thought process behind it entirely. But the little like smirk, you can tell that like. There's a strategy here. Like there's an idea behind this, and I have my own theories. But I was hoping that he would reveal some juicy strats from his own mind. But of course, he's a closed book when it comes to strats.
Has to be. Yeah, absolutely. Well, great performance here from NIGMA Galaxy. Absolutely thrashing TSM in this 2-0. You know, a little bit close through the middle game here, but when they got going, there was no stopping the train here as Miracle beats them up on this bristleback and leads them through to their first 2-0 of the event. And we'll be seeing more from them a little bit later as they play off versus OG. But for now, we're now done on the B stream. We'll be switching over to the next series of the day. So stay tuned for more action here at the Gamers 8 event. We'll see you soon.